What's up? We're live. And of course, we don't have chat as usual. Hey guys, I don't know who's up here because we don't have chat. I'll find out in just a second. There's Mason, right to start off with tonight. Yay! Let's see here. Keto Homestead, Geeky Gardens. Hey guys, how you doing? Chris is on his way. He's fixing something to drink. How's everybody doing? We got 9 already. Wow, that was fast. Jason Smith, how are you doing? Everybody had a good week? You ready for the 4th? The 4th of July is tomorrow. It's hard to believe. Time is flying by. Next thing you know, there's Cajun Hydroponics.
Oh, we got Cajun.
Yeah, there's Cajun.
We got Keto, Cajun, Geeky.
Geeky said that he got rain and cooled things off a bit.
Oh. Well, we only get rain in 3 inches at a time now.
There's Professor Carlton and Josh Reed.
Josh Reed. Jason Smith.
Why is it that you won't let me do it in 5 minutes ago, but now you do?
Keto sent you a email you. Hey, there's Thomas Smith. Thomas is back up making videos, y'all. We can go check him out. There's Toad Hill.
Robertson's
Warren.
Belly Acres. Is that Belly Acres?
Appreciate that, Cole.
Warren L.
We got a crazy pig. We got a pig from somebody else. A good customer. I needed some boars that won't no kin to my stuff, and I went and got 3 or 4. I don't remember. Anyway, I got several, so you have one to choose from. And we still got one of them. That Joker's crazy as a bed, but oh, there's Preacher.
He's not where he hardly eats. He's so, I don't know, PTSD or something. He runs around screaming all the time.
Is that bleating and yelling or bleeding and yelling? Pretty sure that's bleating. Is he by himself, Josh?
Blasting. What's blasting?
He's trying to say bleating and autocorrect won't read it. I've been through that.
What's bleating?
See, he got it.
What's that?
Oh.
Our baby started grumpy. He started doing that this evening. I was feeding. What is that when they do that?
I don't know.
It's something they do.
It's usually a distress call, but Josh, that's a good question.
He just eat. He was walking around. He was happy.
Oh, he might be sneezing. My guy might full of dirt.
Oh.
That might. They do that too. That could be a few things, Josh. Sometimes if they're bottle fed, they can't stand being away from everybody. Sometimes they want you to feed them. Sometimes they're like dogs, they just want attention. Goats have a lot of personality. They ain't like a sheep. You know, Cajun, it rains here on the 4th a lot. Oh, there's Beaver Creek.
Hey, Beaver Creek.
Well, I appreciate that, Preacher. We enjoy y'all's too a whole lot. Y'all need to go check out Preacher's live. It was a godsend to us when the church was closed. Flutie Vic Homestead. Flutie, I hope I said that right. Flutie Vic, if you're new to the channel, you got to introduce yourself, and we steer clear of politics. We try to stay just as far away from politics as we possibly can. Let me catch up on the comments.
It never fails. Dogs were in there laying down.
Somebody watches the live that week. That's a neighbor said all you hear during the live is jingle, 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 jingle.
Well, come here, jingle, jingle, jingle.
That's all you hear through the whole live is jingle, jingle, jingle.
Well, he knows who he is. He knows who jingle, jingle, jingle is. Come here.
Cajun. I'll tell you something. I'll tell everybody up here. Now, and y'all might not know to make it. Y'all might not know to make it. So I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna show it to you.
So take it off. He's a bellless dog. Oh, Cajun, he is in love with this stuff.
Cajun hydroponics, my friend. You have revolutionized
He wants to know
cooking
everything.
in North Carolina because several people have been up here. Now, you got to try this. This is the best ever. Now, we have Tony Chachere's. Let me be very clear. We have Tony Chachere's, and people in North Carolina faithfully use Tony Chachere's and Louisiana hot sauce. But we don't have Tony Chachere's that says more spice on it. I was going to say more spice. I had to get the can. I had to get one of our cans today and see what the difference was.
He said you said it correctly. It's amazing.
That was my French heritage coming up.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This stuff's the best things I've ever made. It is. It is divine. And they don't sell it here. I've been to the grocery store one time, 2 years, and look at this. And you know what? They didn't have it.
They had the regular.
They got the regular, but they ain't got it.
What is that? What's the retract?
You ain't got to retract that toad heel.
Really? Sorry about that.
Can't just sit and sell it online. Well, preacher, you need a can or 3 of it. If you find it, get you some. It's different.
He has the bell because when we first got him, he was so little.
He's still little enough.
We were scared that we would step on him. And secondly, he has the bell because he's so sneaky. You gotta know where he's at all the time. Because he's very
well, one day he's gonna run out the door like he does and hear jingle, 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 jingle off across the sky. This old big red tailed hawk. He's gonna have him be gone with it or horned out.
You put that on popcorn. Oh,
popcorn. I ain't thought about putting on popcorn. Okay, there we are. I almost know something. Done something mean the other day.
What is a good way to keep track of him? I know where he's at all the time.
My little boy eats way too. Would you quit?
He said the Nunu's great on popcorn. I like the Nunu better than he does.
I'll be honest with you, Casey. Hey, Patch Evan, the Nunu's is odd. And I think you told me you like the Nunu's better too. But that right there, that's something special. We're rationing so don't run out. Let's get time no more. There's 2 things in this house that we got to be careful with. That's the blueberry jelly and the Tony Chachere's.
Did you ever get up with him about the blueberry?
He's never coming back.
Yeah, because we couldn't do this week sometime. Not when you're putting it on everything, it don't.
Oh yeah, I put on everything but ice cream. And some ice cream, it might be. What preacher say? How preacher know I was pulling corn back? You tell me I was pulling corn. Are you spying on this preacher? I scrapped the field today, got the last of it, about 12 dozen ears. The absolute last of it. I'm gonna try some on some popcorn today. That's something we don't need a whole lot of is popcorn.
Slap your mom.
Slap your mama good. Oh, well, preacher, we pulled with what we pulled today makes about 1,500, 1,600 ears.
I'm so sick of corn. I don't know what to do.
But I got 200 ears from a friend of mine. He planted a different kind of sweet corn than we did, so we went and got 200 ears from him. garlic granules, and lemon pepper. I bet that's big.
Okay.
Well, garlic makes anything. Garlic, onions, bell pepper, celery, make anything. If I ain't got onion in it, I don't want it. She can't eat onion. She won't eat one on a bed. Hey, Jeremy. I didn't miss anybody there. But we're down to chopping the corn stalks down. And I talked to old Andy Dawson a while ago, and he said, "Yo, you ain't done a single garden video." No, we ain't. We ought to. You got to use the granules and not the powder. Yeah, I know what you're about, Katie. What did preacher say? He cussed the end of the doggone comments on. Strutting like a chicken over 100. Well, you didn't plant below low place 120 years is a lot. But I'll tell you one thing, if you get through putting up 1,600 years, you're about to be done with it. I'll not tell it. All right, but it kind of worried me a little bit because I'm childish yet. But the other day we were putting up corn. Now, I want y'all to know something. I plowed the field. I run the rows. I planted the corn. I chopped the corn multiple times. I put fertilizer to the corn. I pulled the corn. I shut the corn. I boiled the corn. I cooled the corn off. I cut the corn off the cob. She sealed it. So folks came up here while we were in the middle of it. Bless your heart. You work so hard. I didn't say that because I didn't want to embarrass you guys. And like, what? Really? No. It was kind of work. Where you going?
He don't have a bell, but I can see he's into something. What are you doing?
Well, I ain't gonna get in trouble, okay? I mean, it didn't make it bad or anything, but just kind of. But part of that's because I'm too curious to let it. Oh, I get it make the looks all the time. That don't mean that. She still does it. You still have to meet family and he can go so good.
What are you talking about?
You know, preacher, we started to. We got a neighbor that swears that the best way to put it. Hey, Gordon, I saw Gordon sneak in and didn't say nothing to him. Hey, Gordon.
Didn't want that last donut.
They won't do last donut.
They had a donut earlier.
You know, Cajun, I ain't. It's been hot, like super duper hot. Nobody see it. We get. We're smart enough not to look at the thermometer, just make it worse. It has been ungodly hot the last 2 or 3 days. I mean, just die. But some of that might be that medicine. It got me on some medicine, kind of screws me up.
The humidity is outrageous. Too. We've had thunderstorms in the evenings just about every.
Yeah, then you get her. By the time it cools off, it goes to thunder, lightning, and rain. So, and the grass is to it, the gardens, you can't do nothing about it. Them storms, it's too wet to plow. That's probably about what we were, preacher. But he was talking about with the heat index. That heat index. Okay, Gordon. You sent me some pictures the other day. I looked at them, but I had a chance to. Look, I need to apologize. Y'all back up. First thing is, we ain't had time to do any videos. We just have not had time to do it. The 1 or 2 times we tried to do a video, it wouldn't work. We just couldn't get it done. Somebody pulled up. The airplane was flying over. There was just something going on. And I even had any chance to answer any emails. I've got about I don't know, 14 or 15 emails yesterday and today. I ain't had a chance to even really look at it. I'm just behind on everything. Looking on the road. And I apologize for that. We said we were going to do try to do one decent video a week. And we just ain't had a chance to do it. Just can't get it. 70 millimeter. How much is 70 millimeter?
Mhm. Mhm.
And about 3.5, 4 inches.
Mhm. We just ain't got time to do nothing. And you know, we usually do these videos right at dark when we kind of right before we quit. 2.75.
Okay. Diggy had it. I don't know. You know, didn't come to thunderstorm. I need to do one on the bull hog, or we want to do one
Don't do it.
well, that's what it's called. Yeah, we got 3 inches. That's what happens here too, Gordon. We'll get 3 or 4 inches of rain in a night or a day or a night. Then it won't rain again for 2 weeks and it get powder dry. Then it'll rain 3 or 4 inches again in a night. And a lot of that runs off. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So you did get your transmission, Jeremy?
Preacher, he cuts it, he chops it with a machete and throws it over the fence to the cow.
Yeah, preacher had a question. What was preacher's question?
Chop it to it.
Yeah, I chop it down and feed it to the cows. Of course, the cows don't even want it.
Mm-mm.
Since we ain't got the 2 full-grown cows now and a calf, we need to do a video on the calf. We got the cutest little calves ever been born. But they don't even want it. They got enough grass, they ain't interested. All they'll eat's the corn off of it. They won't eat the fodder. You know, back in the old days, you go down and strip the fodder off and stock it up.
Rudy was still here shooting it off.
What time he'll say 94? Oh yeah, well Toad Hill. I know you got to run it, can't stand it. Yeah, you told me that, Jimmy. That was a good deal. That one shaft probably cost me that. Let me catch up a little bit. That's what kills me. I can't get in that. So I have to work outside in the sunshine on top of the equipment. I mean, I'm as hot as you can possibly get. And I can't. I get the air conditioning cool off and get back out. It just hits me that much harder. I appreciate that, Katie. But you know, I catch a little slack. I got a hateful comment the other day about not told somebody I was gonna try to do a video and they got mad I didn't get it done that afternoon. I got you, Gold.
No. No AC in the shop. Got a great big fan that
Nah,
doesn't do a whole lot either.
we ain't got no air conditioning anywhere except in the house. I ain't got, to be honest with you, the 2 trucks I drive every day don't have air conditioning. Well, hot bothers me worse now than it used to. You know, I'm falling all to pieces. And some of this mess they got me on. No, you probably ain't crazy, Jeremy. There ain't nothing wrong with having a milk cow. You just need to understand the financial end of it before you do it. If you can do that, go for it. The only problem I have with people keeping milk cows when they think they're gonna make a living off of it. We catch up. Had some 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks of May. Toad Hill's got it in the vehicles, not the house. See, now I'm the other way around, Toad Hill. I'll be honest with you. I can be hot and miserable all day, right? I can be dusty, dirty, greasy, nasty, sweat running to my eyes all day. I'm fine with that. Till midnight. If I got to work till midnight, I'm fine with that. But when I come in the house, I want some hot water and I want some cold air. I want to be cool at night. Oh, there's Happy Quack. I never call Happy Quack back the other day. Sorry, Happy Quack. I just thought about it just me. There's Judy. Yeah, Beaver Creek. I couldn't deal with that AC in the house. And I've asked my daddy and my brother how they dealt with no AC in the old days. You know, I had a word. I said, "What'd you do?" That's right. Did somebody ask that? Oh. Donegal, Ireland, I think. Somewhere close to where we come from. Oh, are you totally all free at Toad Hill? I don't know if that's what I said, or that's what I meant to say. I watched a few minutes of Live while I got caught. But then I had to run to town, shut the shop up, and everything else. We thought we were going to start going up. Thomas, I had to go the other day. I had a customer call me panicking. That's right, Travis. We have, see, the biggest thing the air conditioner does, here's pull the moisture right there. But we start talking about that heat index, we start to do stuff with it. I think we are patchy heaven. Have they canceled any fireworks?
I don't know. We have a neighbor that puts on professional fireworks shows, so we just go down the road. We don't really keep up with who all's doing in town.
Toad Hill's totally out. Well, promise most time, if I call you, I got a minute. I won't call nobody if I ain't got no things got to talk. But y'all always need to remember, I'm on 24-hour, 365-day a year call. I can't do nothing. And there are certain numbers when I call me, I know they ain't calling me to talk. You know, the only time they call me is they're in the bind. Ever since the canceled fireworks. But partially the funding of the police. You need to call me, Junior. We talk about that. We can't talk about it up here.
Where?
No politics up here. We want you here.
Where did they find?
Ain't you in Indiana, Jerry? Are you in Indiana or Illinois? You just having some trouble. What's going on there? You read it. No, we don't know that. That sounds like something between me and the half person.
No fireworks in Washington State.
They passed our wonderful governor passed a wear a mask law. There ain't nobody enforcing it. So the only place that's enforced is at the dollar store and grocery store. Oh, there's Brent and Cindy. I got it right. I got it right. I got it right.
Did you?
I said Brent.
You sure did. Brent has an N. Brett. Brett. Scarlett and Brett.
I'm sorry, Brett. I didn't get it correct.
You were so happy. I got it right.
Well, sometimes what I think and what I say ain't the same thing. Oh, you all right, Quack. I enjoy talking to you. I enjoy talking to Thomas, Carl. Oklahoma, where would I get in? I know. I'm sorry, Jeremy. You told me where you were at 250 times. Rescuing a pig. Wow. We see stuff out of here sometimes.
Mummified?
Mummified, as in dead and dried out. Remember that woman that wanted that talked to him about them pigs that were dying? She wouldn't worm them with the dead with the pig skulls laying all in the back. They died. She ain't know they died. Thought it got out. Told me 3 or 4 of them got out and death.
Have a good weekend. Happy 4th of July.
Give me a call, Carl, and I still want to try to do some kind of collaboration type thing with you if I ever get around to do videos again. Hey, Keto's still in here. Yeah, that woman said the pigs must have got out and left. They ran away from home. I said, well, there they are right there. That's what that home by the bones is. That's a dead pig. She thought it was a possum or something. Got the pig. I said, yep, we got some big possums. I've never seen one weigh 70 pounds.
Three weeks old.
Oh, well, good deal. Well, the problem too, Carlton, was getting a free minute at the same time. Because I've noticed my schedules was off from everybody. We don't eat supper at 9:30. So our schedule was off a little bit than everybody else. You get posted what everybody's talking about. I gotta get them around a little bit.
Let's see. A bike run. Oh, taking the bike, like the motorcycle.
Who's making a bike run?
Oh, it told you.
We ought to make one in North Carolina. If you come on next week, say we'll see plenty of squash and go back with you.
Oh, I'm sorry, Judy.
What happened with you?
Apparently, her niece manipulated her to make a pinata for a family get together and then told her she wasn't invited.
That sounds like something happened to us.
Bye, Carlton. Preacher wants to know how the big bug's doing up this way.
Out of what?
Corona.
Oh, man. I don't know. We had a lot of cases. We had a few deaths claimed on it that may or may not have been it. Most of the people tested are asymptomatics. That makes me think that the test ain't right. I can't believe that most people that get it don't have no symptoms.
Yeah.
And we've had a few friends that got it that were sick like we were in January when we probably had it started. You know. So, you know what true sadness is?
We are trying to figure out how we're going back to school.
And no blueberry dip.
That's what we're.
They just figure out how much more blueberry dip. School secondary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm currently living in a world where we got maple and brown sugar. Ain't got no blueberry jam.
Here's grape and there's strawberry. You'll be all right.
Oh, what are you doing?
Trying to figure out how far Kitten is. 3 hours and 50 minutes.
Who?
His birthday is August 11th. Just
Bring me the comments. Okay.
Okay. Our governor was supposed to give us an announcement this past week, and then he said, we'll give it another week. And then they made a ruling that said that they've set in law that we have to go the first 6 days in person to do a head count to see how many kids we have. Because we do the first 10 days to kind of get our money for the year on how many kids we have. And so they're going to shorten it to 6 days, but we have to actually go. And we're trying to do paperwork. We have to submit paperwork doing surveys on how we would like to go back as far as teachers, how we feel comfortable to go back to school.
I'm there. You think since it's coming.
So it is, this coming week, I've got classes all week. Yay.
We call that Hayden cheer code. Ours is a semi-fermentation
free.
program.
Free credits. Anytime we get free credits, I always do that. Is Ted Hill driving right now?
No, he said he was home tonight.
Oh.
He said he was going west on a national club round. I seen National Motorcycle Club.
Mm-hmm.
Then going up north to go to see something.
Well, we've had several options, but none of them are really promising.
Hey,
It
dog.
looks like no matter how they do it, it's going to be double the work.
Preacher Gray Zone is a herbicide that's sprayed on cow pastures that has a long residual. It's a broadleaf weed killer. And if you use hay, not straw, but hay for like a straw bale garden, or use hay for mulch, if you're really super unlucky and somebody sprayed Gray Zone too late on the hay crop before they cut it and didn't give it a proper withdrawal time, it's got a pre-emergent in it that will make like your tomato plants not green. It's normally not a big deal. It's normally not a problem. It's got to be misapplicated to be a problem, and he kind of got blown out of proportion. He gets blamed for a lot of stuff he didn't, a lot of problems he didn't cause. Occasionally, it probably does cause a problem. It has a residual and a pre-emergent.
What is it?
Like dual, except it don't kill grass. Remember, we had a problem with dual. We had a problem with dual. What did you say? Did I say I had it on? I said I had it on. Happy Quacks gonna send you a. What did you say? I wish I could see. If I could see, I'll tell you what. I'll tell y'all something.
That's my problem is that I'm having problems reading it.
I went last year and bought me some new glasses. I ain't had no new glasses in 13 years. Last time I got glasses, I got 2 pairs. Oh, boy, enjoyed it, Cajun. Get up with me when you get a chance before you go back to work.
Have a great weekend. Happy 4th of July.
And last year I went and got some new. Was it last year or this year? I think it was last year.
Last year we got new glasses.
Costed more than any pair of glasses I've ever bought in my life. They cost as much as a good used truck. And they didn't last. a month.
Yes. Yes. I haven't done it yet, but I saw it. Thank you very much for doing it.
I would like to can a little bit more just because of freezer space. But, freezers is so much easier
It is.
to the power. We got generators. So,
Yeah.
Um,
We don't have the cabinet space either for a whole lot of cans. We've got some shelves out in the storage room, but they're just about full.
Preacher, it was ridiculous. We had insurance and everything. Once that'd be $500. No, I got insurance. I said that's supposed to be insurance. What? The last two pair I bought were $100 for both pairs.
Well, I've had some really good luck with canning, but I think it was luck. Because I really didn't know what I was doing, to be honest.
We should have made some sauerkraut, Jeremy. We should have. We had overabundance of cabbage.
We gave a lot.
We gave a lot of cabbage away, and now we don't have enough collards. We're supposed to plant enough collards to sell, but they got the cabbage plants we got were labeled as collards, and the collard plants we got were labeled as cabbage, and you couldn't tell them apart. Not whatever. What did you say about her niece? My family does stuff like that to me too sometimes, Judy. I get it. No, preacher, we don't. My grandmama and mama used to can some corn, put some corn in jars. Just because there's no storage space, not enough freezer. And she used to
I haven't had
can.
good luck before with any meat.
She used to can some meat. She used to make meat and gravy, like quail and gravy, or rabbit gravy, and can it.
Don't you have to have a pressure cooker for meat?
Yeah, well, I don't know how to. Grandma water bath everything. Gravy, soup, she water bath everything. But I don't know how. You ain't supposed to be able to, so I don't know how she does it. Yeah, that's what everybody always says. You got to have a pressure cooker with meat. And after the Brunswick stew debacle, I believe.
Yeah, I haven't tried anything yet. We don't have a pressure cooker.
Yeah, Gordon, that's what we do when we wrap it in that black plastic. We do it. We cut it and bake it the same day. We call it haylage.
Oh, and
that might have been what she done, Keto.
Our sponsors give me a shirt. Can y'all see it? Saltwater Bait and Tackle, Atlantic Beach, for all your deep sea fishing needs.
He gives us ice machine, too.
Yes, gave him the ice machine, me the shirt. I think he got the better deal.
Yes, we do, preacher. We do, brother man. We got some right now. Get me picker. Bean picker.
I need a picking partner.
Keto, that might have been what Grandmama done. She might have took 5 hours to can. Yeah, that's what we do here, Gordon. Especially hay. Any hay we have is high in nitrate. On these hog farms, with their front waste on them, they have to wrap it. We call it haylage. And they ain't hard to grow, preacher. Y'all growing them running butter beans, ain't you? The ones that run on the trellis. We grow bush type. But we probably need to grow running butter beans. Darlene's get what she can't bend over the picker.
Darlene takes her 5-gallon bucket and sits on it and pick them because that's about the only way I can handle it with my back.
Well, Judy, I'm a little bit of the expert on young'uns owing you money. If you ever get anything out of it, just count yourself up. What is that?
Apple sauce. I wanted some baked apples today, so I settled for applesauce.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, Judy. But now we'll tell you, scrap ain't bringing nothing. We hauled off 4 ton scrap the other day to bring about $30. Bring about $5 a hundred. We had to do it here, Gordon, that wrap, because something about the fermentation process calms down that high nitrate. What is Jeremy talking about? Y'all do? Is he on Instagram? We on Instagram, dude. I don't even know what Instagram is.
I'm not much on Instagram. Isn't it mostly like pictures?
I don't know. I've heard Trevor and him talking about Instagramming, but I don't know about it. I ain't even got a smartphone.
I think it's mostly pictures.
Somebody sent me a picture a while ago of something. I don't know what it was. It was like, this is me.
You see?
A viewer. It's a tractor, I think. It's like an arm tractor. Yeah, we got enough grass in the pasture now. We could put hay if we really want to. We can put no more cows we got now. We can put them on half of it, cut the other half. Preacher, fill me in what all kinds of problems people claim they're having with the gray zone. I get a lot of questions about gray zone. And the only place you use it, hayfield. Well, cow pasture. I bet they do, Thomas. You know, Keto, I'll be honest with you. I've got a good friend of mine that provides our hay for us. And if it weren't for him, we couldn't keep cows.
I also go on iTunes. What kind of iTunes?
Yes, Danny's usually pretty sharp, preacher. The gray zone's never sprayed on wheat, to my knowledge. I can't guarantee that because I don't know what people do in other places, but it shouldn't be.
They're ripping in the pins.
What kind of bean? Like string bean plants? You feed them all you want there. String beans. I don't know if we're on Instagram or not, preacher. It's like Facebook. We're on Facebook. We don't check it.
Look at this.
I bet she ain't looked at the Homestead and the Hardware Facebook page in a month.
Yeah. Did you see Happy Quiet Stuff putting the roofs on their pins?
Okay.
And the peacocks. Look at the peacocks.
Well,
I need some peacock feathers. Maybe I won't need peacocks.
Yeah, you feed them all that you
if I
want,
get
Jeremy.
some peacock feathers.
I don't know exactly how good they'll eat it.
Maybe.
But you can feed all of them you want.
I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. Don't ever do a survey of any kind if you don't want to get a bazillion emails.
I don't know, Brett. Did I get it right there?
Brett. There you go.
I don't know if it could be in a manure or not. Because the whole point of it is it won't hurt a cow. You can spray it on the pasture while the cows are eating and it won't hurt them. But it has some residual broadleaf weed control. I'm just not sure about that. Well, I messed up, filled out a survey. And bless his heart.
Every hour on now,
our president won't quit sending me emails asking for things. I ain't got it. Don't know.
Well, I told him if
and
he
some
gets
of them are kind of mean about how bad they're counting on me and I ain't helping them out, but I ain't got no money.
If he gets 1 billion people and send them $1 a piece, you got $1 billion.
Well, she loved that happy quack.
Aw,
She gonna send you a feather. It was kind of a mistake, wanted Jeremy. But they wanted my opinion, and I wanted them to have it.
and every time I turn around, there's another email. At least 4 an hour.
Well, you got to remember, I already get 30 emails a day. So then you add the 240 of them on top of it.
I don't know. What's the
I'm getting
previous
emails from the whole
email?
family.
I mean,
I'm from his daughter and his wife and his son. And
I can't get the feathers and the email straight. The prettiest feathers.
what?
She said, what color feather I want? I said, prettiest ones. I don't know, because she's got so
Oh,
many.
you're right, Jude. Jude, that's
She's
one of
got
the
so
reasons
many
we're here,
different
so
kinds.
you vent. We're fine. You're cool.
She's got a bunch of different kinds. I tried to talk Kent out of him last time we were over there. So his feathers would be what we do. Kent's our friend that's got peacocks.
There's an unsubscribe button. There's an unsubscribe button. I
We're
didn't
gonna
know that.
have to check.
I didn't know you could unsubscribe from an email.
Because they are. I don't know.
I appreciate it, because I did not know there was an unsubscribe
We
button.
went from getting maybe an email a day or every other day to getting 50, 60 a day.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. They send that one every once in a while you want to take a survey. And the next thing that happened, I mean, like I said, I'm getting emails from his whole family. All of them broke, I reckon. No, I didn't get no. I was smart enough not to put a phone number there. Well, Keto, I appreciate that. I'm gonna.
Well, I didn't mean it that way. That
In tiny print, you can see it. In tiny print.
Yeah.
Well, if I had some money, I'd help them out. I swear I would. But I ain't got no money.
really, they pay big bucks for certain colors.
Some are easier than others.
No, some not the
I was talking about.
First, we're talking about the feathers. We're talking about email.
And I already get surprised when an email too. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna say that. People asking questions. I don't be scared. You know. I don't think he is happy quack. Preacher, I don't even really know. It won't no long drawn out, well thought out thing, I will tell you that. We spent about 3 minutes deciding on a channel name before we did the first video.
We had about 3 different options, and I wanted to see which one I could get on. Actually, we didn't even talk about it. I just wrote down 3 different things, and I wanted to see which one I could get an email for. And the one that came up that says it was an open email, that's the one we got. That's the one we chose, and we got the email, and then we.
He ain't 7 feathers happy quack. I don't think he is.
I don't think so. Well, to be honest, he said that they were his dad's birds. He takes care of them, but the peacocks are actually his dad. He has all different kinds. He's got, what's the ones that the pheasants? They're just the ones with really long tails, but not peacocks. They're smaller but really long tails. Was it pheasants?
I don't know.
Well, he's got pheasants, I think. That's what they were. They had really long tails too. And then he's got a bunch, every different kind of chicken you can ever think of. He's got what's the ones that you don't like? You said that they're fat.
Good night, Jeremy.
Pigeons.
Well, it's middle of the afternoon.
Pigeons.
Jeremy's there.
He has pigeons too. Oh, I didn't
Pig
know
dogs
that.
are actually pretty nice.
I didn't know that.
And I'm gonna tell you something else too, preacher. Part of it's a play on words. You know, we were kind of watching other people on YouTube. And I'm leaning over here so the thing you can't see me is the things in front of my face. We watched a bunch of other YouTube homesteaders, some of these bigger channels, before we started doing it. It's kind of why we started doing it, mainly because we saw so much false information. And stuff I knew would work. Mess I'd heard 20 years ago and tried 20 years ago and it didn't work at all then. I'm pretty sure it still don't work. But, you know, we just saw it looked like everybody was trying to do everything the hardest way possible. And there's so many of these new ideas people have that ain't new ideas that have been tried in the past. It didn't work then, don't work now. You know.
Happy 4th of July, Jeremy, if you're still here. So,
I think I told him good night while ago. Because he's further behind than us.
Pigeons and Chris don't get along.
Some of it's clickbait, preacher. Some of it's clickbait. Some of it's, I didn't know how to do this, and I watched you do a video on it, so I'm going to recreate your video and change some mess, hoping my video gets as many views as yours. Some of it, that people don't know no better. They've been told this. They're going to act like they know it's the truth. You know, ain't you ever noticed that most people, when they're wrong at the top of the voice? There ain't nobody in the world no more confident than a person that's wrong. You know, I tell you stuff that I know is the truth. I've seen it myself 1,000 times, done it every day of my life. But I'll tell you right quick, there might be some other way to do it. It'll work. I don't know everything. Usually the smarter you get, the dumber you realize you are. You know, I'm always wary of people that are just experts, you know. Well, that's true, Happy Quiet, and nobody's as convinced that they're right as much as somebody that ain't got a clue what they're talking about. I have figured that out. I hear this mess in daily life. The stuff we talk about on YouTube is just stuff that I've dealt with in person that day most of the time. Like the woman that told me the cow didn't have to have a calf to have milk. That was insane. There's been a bunch of that. Kind of drawing a blank right now. There's 1,000 examples about the blank. Give me another one. Crazy. Or the boy I told him, GMO corn glowed in the dark, so he was out there trying to look in the barrel to see if the corn glowed in the dark. That was me. That was the Gates. That boy got to get that corn in his hand looking. Did I ever tell y'all that story? I won't tell you again if I told you. If I ain't told you, I'll tell you.
We have the brick one. Did you ever tell them the brick one?
The brick one?
Mm-hmm.
No, I ain't proud of the brick one. That was just mean for the sake of being mean. And I shouldn't have done it. I repented of it. Okay, last year, I think, we messed up and advertised some pigs on Craigslist. Something we hadn't done much. Most of the time my pigs are sold before they're born as a wait list. But we had increased the production a little bit. And
Mm-hmm.
smart drip under pressure. Oh, I finally got it. I had to read it twice. Is it the lug nut is stripped off and won't come off the stud that holds the wheel on, or is it the one that holds the hub to the axle? But anyway, this old boy come up here had his I hope he ain't watching. I hope he ain't a loyal viewer and watching. I don't know, the camp just went down. Might be. Anyway, this old boy come up here. I hope I don't offend him if he is watching. But this old boy come up here, he had dreadlocks. I know what think about that to begin with, you know. And my little boy was with me. He came Gord, sometimes you put a deep socket on it, a long extension, you just break it off. Or you take a cut off wheel on a grinder and split it, or you stick it. If it's on a what do you say it was on? If it's on something with an old steel wheel on, you stick torch it there, cut the hood. I wouldn't do that with an aluminum wheel. But anyway, I knew about 10 seconds into it, he just won't plan on buying a new pig. They drove 2 or 3 hours. They won't plan on buying a pig. He was criticizing my choice of pig breeds right off the bat, when the ad clearly stated what the pigs were. I don't know about y'all, but I don't drive 3 hours to buy a Chevrolet truck when the ad says it's a poultry, you know. And then he was nitpicking everything I do, you know. And he finally asked me, he said, "Do you feed non-GMO feed?" And what the truth is, there ain't much GMO corn growing around us. There's some Roundup Ready, but Roundup Ready ain't is can Roundup Ready can be GMO or it cannot be GMO. It depends on it's got to be BT Biotech Roundup Ready. You can have Roundup Ready that was just corn that was sprayed with Roundup and they planted what live until they got same way you get Roundup Ready pig weeds and Roundup Ready anything else. And Mother Nature will make Roundup Ready. So my corn at that time was not BT corn, it wasn't GMO. And I was trying to explain that to him, but he couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. And I finally told him, I said, "Well, be honest with you, bro. It's I would never drill them out gold and I'd break them off. I could get a socket to fit them, deep socket where some leverage, and break them off. They will break if you ever turn them. If you ever bend, they'll break. They won't bend. Or I cut them off with a cutoff wheel on a grinder, cut them off with a torch. Drilling them takes forever. Now, after you break them off and get the wheel off, they knock out with a hammer. You hit the end of them with a hammer, and they'll shoot out the back. You put a new one in, put a new load nut on, put one in with a wrench or two. You ain't got to heat them up, get gold geeky. All you do is to hit them. They'll pop right out. Yeah, Happy Quack Jake planted some corn at the feed barrel. It come up good. But anyway, I told him, I said, GMO corn grow in the dark. That's like, they had a lot of trouble with it out west, out there in Indiana and Iowa, where they're planting big fields of it. It was making the plains have a problem. And can't reach the
throwing the planes off. Really?
That's why I told him the glow in the dark from the GMO corn was throwing the planes off. So they had a big lawsuit about it. And the funniest part of the whole story is his wife knew all about it. She agreed with me. She read the same article. She knew all about it. And I just made it up on the spot. That's how a lot of them, that's how a lot of that mess that ain't right get started. And he's probably been all over Facebook and told everybody that corn goes in the dark, GMO corn. Everybody probably believes it. Have you got a torch going? The torch can be your best friend in this situation. And Jake, bless his heart, Jake won't never be the straight man in the comedy things. He couldn't do it. He could not do it. He was just. I'll be happy to. Had Quack. I could not explain that boy difference between BT and Roundup Ready. I told him to Google it. I tried my best to explain to him that all Roundup Ready corn ain't BT. Probably around here they don't grow much because all our corn is used for animal feed. That's right, Warren. If we did GMO corn, we'd go in the dark too. What's so bad about it is little girls eating a bag of Doritos, and I'm pretty sure it was made out of whatever field corn they could get. I ain't got a bag of Doritos. See if they say GMO free on the back. But there's more misconceptions about GMOs and what they are, what they do. That that'll work. That'll work. I do that for a drill tomorrow. Wow.
You should do a video on your growing GMO corn.
No, I don't want to do any YouTube videos or anything like that because I don't want to tell nobody why.
Yeah, but
This
they
boy
just
just
stuck on
pushed
that.
me.
It was stupid.
This boy just pushed me a little bit too far. He just pushed me a little bit too far. And it was too easy. He was an expert, right? He knew everything about everything. And I threw that out there kind of hoping he just going to leave me alone. This boy ain't going to leave me alone.
Happy Quack, how do you think he gets free stuff to do our pins? Is that he goes and talks to people. If they've got stuff that you need, that you know them. I mean, I don't go up to strangers and stuff, but I mean,
I got a cousin that weird. Preacher says all corn, field corn. No, preacher, field corn, sweet corn, popcorn. What they got?
Toad Hill have Happy
You're not
July.
Toad Hill. There's several different kinds of corn. I got a cousin that asks anybody for everything. They pull up your house, he asks you for your truck, he'd ask you for your lawnmower, he asks you for your mailbox, he'd ask you for the house. They said you'd be amazed how much stuff people give you. Oh, you got to get a nut off of them, Gordon. And then I take a couple pictures of it and send it to you
There's
tomorrow.
a free section of Greg's List. I know that.
Well, I just had somebody give me a whole load of 10 of it. They'd already tore it off. We had to clean it up, straighten it out, a few pieces of it. Oh, the brick. I will tell you about the brick. No, I'm not telling you about the brick. I'm not proud of the brick. But years ago, well, if the nuts run slam off, all you do is knock them out with a punch. They ain't threaded in that hub. At least none of them over here are. I ain't gonna say there ain't no such thing as one being threaded in. But over here, they just pull them in. If you take a punch, knock the old one out, put the new one back in from the back side. Sometimes there is such thing as having to grind one edge of the back lip off to get to go past the hospital. Then you put a nut and a washer on it. If you use a lug nut, make sure it turns around backwards if it's a cone lug nut and pull it in with air again. Threaded through the hub. I ain't never seen one threaded through. I believe you, but I ain't never seen one threaded through the hood. It's a boat. Oh, I got you now. I got you. It's not a lug stud with a nut. It's a lug boat like on a Volkswagen. Would that be right? In that case, you're gonna have to if you over tighten them and run them off, you might can take a chisel and catch the corner of it and walk it out with a chisel. I'd spray it and then go back and do it later. Good penetrating oil. Or you can, I've never had much luck with it. You could weld something to the middle of it if it ain't real tight. You weld something to the middle, Gordon. You take a center punch or a chisel and walk them out. I'll say this right here is the boat. You catch the corner. I don't know if you can see it. You catch like the corner right here with the chisel and you can turn it out. Now he's got it's a lug bolt, not a lug stud. Like on the front of a farm tractor or like in front of a Ferguson tractor or a Volkswagen car.
Y'all might be able to rewire that yourself if you know anything a little bit about the wiring.
What?
Happy Quack got a free John Deere ride-on mower that mice gun in and make the wiring, and they don't want to have to pay to get it fixed, so we give it to them. And I said they may be able to do the wiring.
Well, husband's a mechanic.
That's what I'm saying. That he may be able to do the wiring We got a dump truck load of cement the other day.
Ain't everybody. Most of the time, I can walk them out with a center plane, George. Most time, if you broke them, did you break them off taking them out, or break them off putting them in? If you broke them off trying to take them out, you need to heat them up cherry red. Don't spray them with nothing. Just heat them up cherry red and let them cool off. And then try that chisel trick. Or sometimes I have been able to take the wheel all the way off and they'll be sticking through the back. And I got some channel locks that got a top that is all shaped like that. I can get hold of that thing, and the harder you pull, the harder they bite. You want to drill that out one. What I usually do with them, because I think that's going to be in aluminum. A lot of times, sometimes we have to drill them all the way out, tap it out 5/16 or 8mm, either drill it, tap it, or put a thread insert in it, 4-inch thread insert. We do a bunch of break off bolts. I mean, a bunch of break off bolts. But there's no straight answer because every one of them is different. Some of you weld something to it, screw them out. Some of you screw it out the back side. Some of you walk out with a punch. And yes, aluminum with a steel bolt. That's dissimilar metal corrosion. That can be pretty hard to break loose. But you can push it where it's at, you really can't heat it. But Gordon, if you'll heat them up, to be honest with you, I can blow them out of the hood with a torch. I can take the torch and cut the bolt out and leave the threads. I had to chase it with a tap. If it's a little short thing, but as long as it's all the way through, I can blow it. You know what we call wash it out and blow it out with a torch and run a tap through it. But that's kind of an expert move if you ain't sure what you can. If you ain't sure your abilities, don't try because you can mess up pretty quick. End up having to put a bolt and nut through it. Yeah, well, I've done that too. That's what we're talking about. It's weld something to the tip of the boat. But you need to. I have the best luck. If you're gonna drill it, you need to drill it before you heat it. Go ahead and get your hole through it before you heat it. But heat it up, let it cool off naturally. Maybe do that a couple of times. Get it cherry and then spray it with some penetrating oil after it cools off, and then make it. Patience does better than anything else. Not getting in a hurry.
Happy Quack said you can weld something to the tip of the bolt and do it that way too.
Yeah.
Jimmy's not there, but she's seen him do it.
Yeah, you see me do that. That's usually a last resort for me. Most times, stuff I work on, that don't work with.
Usually takes the torch first.
I heat them up, walk them out with the chisel. We deal with a bunch of broke off bolts for the rest of the farm.
Warren said that that's beyond his skill level. Try it easy out.
Well, you just got to make sure you drill it.
Cut into the
Well, I don't think it'd be beyond your skill level because just drill it, try to ease it out. If that don't work, one drill bit size, so you take the whole bolt out and just tap it. And if it's going in that muffler pipe, it's usually going to bring the drill the hole out the muffler pipe one size bigger is going to the muffler.
He was cutting into the block. He said he started to cut into the block.
Well, you're going to end up doing that. You're going to end up taking the hole out. All
Yeah, nobody gives away plywood. We don't use much plywood. That's one of the reasons why we don't use it is we'll get The bulk of the individual, like 2x4s and stuff, we buy. So there's a building supply center near here that's pretty cheap. And then everything with 2x4s is covered with two. Use a lot of free light poles. Contact your local.
I don't know if ever
Light
all of
company.
them do that. It's worth
See
a
if they
shot.
see if they give away light poles. And Jake's been bragging about the light poles come with a streak of copper down them. And when they took off the metal the other day, Jake got the money for the copper. He was too good at it. It wasn't very much. It was like $15, $20, something like that. But to him, it was a lot. He was too good at it. He doesn't have a welder or torch. Need to learn those skills.
It doesn't have one.
One.
What is more really?
Where do you live at? One. No, we do have a neighbor that does fireworks every year.
Just to scare me and the dog.
Yeah, poor Samson.
Oh, Sam.
You normally seem just fine.
Because I'm stoic. That's the only reason. Fireworks is bothering me.
You better stoic your way back over here. Gordon said he thinks it's still afraid to drill it cut in case it could damage thread in the hub.
Yeah, that's right. You know, stuff like that worries me to death. Because if they could get two lug nuts back in it and drive it up here, I'll have mine there in 30 minutes. But I can't tell him how to do it in 30 years. You know? I could knock them right out of there. Take that coat wash them right out.
Hyperquack said that we need to hit up our local Rite Aid stores and ask them for beer pallets because beer pallets are made of oak. It makes good 2x4s.
Yep, but the termites are low.
Yeah, we don't do 2x4s. They're not. They're made flimsy around here. They're really thin.
They make pallets pretty tough. I cut a bunch of them up like blocks of it.
Warren's in Seattle, Washington for now, but hoping to move in about a year and a half.
Well, if he moves to North Carolina, tell him to bring that motor with him and I'll get that stuff out.
That's a year and a half from now.
Tell Gordon if you send me that hub, he'll just pop the wheel bearing out and send me the hub, I'll drill them out. So back. I hate to say it, if I could do that fast and I could tell them how to do it. Well,
the shipping is outrageous, especially international.
Yeah, remember we're gonna send Joe that chainsaw chain and the shipping was gonna be more than you bought the chainsaw.
Oh yeah, and then we found one online that was way more than shipping would have been. I mean, way less, excuse me.
Yeah, but he couldn't buy it. Can't find them over there.
I thought if it was on the internet, it was free game.
You couldn't get it shipped too, that's what he said.
Oh. Brett said, we weld something on and try to turn them out. Have drilled them out. Last resort, have to cut them out with a torch. Welded and moved stud back in.
Well, I cut them out with a torch.
Warren is in Washington State. Okay, you can throw an ISO ad up on Craigslist or trade barter for a good old welder. Yeah. No Rite Aid here anymore. Closed down over a year ago. I didn't know that.
Brett, we cut them out with a torch right off the bat. We don't even try to drill. I take the torch. If I'm really good with a torch, and I've got good torch tips that are made to gouge, what they call a gouge cut, they won't stop up as soon as you try to cut a blind hole.
Warren said that sounded good as far as shipping and moving.
Well, we probably find your place. They'll foreclose on somebody right here.
All right. Gordon said it's not simple by no means. Punch-in studs way handier.
Yeah, you just knock them out of that.
Threaded through the hub, it's different setup.
But well, Gordon, I'm gonna tell you the truth. If you take that hub off, if it's a front hub on a tractor, like if it's on a David Brown tractor, you can have that hub off in a minute. Just carry it to whoever machine shop's close by if you have a machine shop. They set that thing up in the drill press and drill it out one size under the thread size and then run a tap through it. It'd be quick. They can do it on that machine. That's what I'll do here. I'll put in the drill. If I get a real bad one that I can't blow out with the torch in the field, which is what I usually fix them right at the end of the back row. You know, they'll break all the studs off, they'll change the wheel. I usually change them right at the end of the back row. But you take that hub off, bring it back to shop, drill it out. You know what size the stud is. You just get it centered, run a drill bit through it, and then tap it out.
Brett said shipping might take too long. Just pigging it.
Just
came
pigging it.
in. Yeah. And they want to know if you could check on that collar maybe.
I asked a few people about it, but apparently it ain't a problem. I wish you were closer,
Chris
Gordon. I
doesn't
could
do
run.
barbecuing unless it's a pig. He just
Yeah, we don't cook on the grill. That's too new.
He gave him a grill away. Small grill, that was just my size.
We got a pig cooker now.
We don't need a pig cooker
We got a pig. We got a volunteer.
for a couple of hamburgers or a steak or two. Pig cooker.
Well, it's the truth. Grilling out. I ain't never heard tell of grilling out. Well, I got drunk. It's like cooking the old.
You go camping.
I hear my daddy right
You
now.
were a Boy Scout. You cooked in the yard.
Cause I had to. We didn't have a kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
If we'd have had a kitchen, we'd have cooked in the kitchen with the fan blowing, the air conditioning on.
I bet you could cook if you wanted to.
Can't cook a pig.
Real. Not.
Well, Brett, what I run into is I do this stuff every day. Like drilling front studs out on a tractor, I do it every day. Or cutting them out with a torch, I do it every day. And it's just not that hard to me because I do it every day. But then you got to find somebody that ain't never done it. It's awfully intimidating. Blowing them out with a torch, you got to do it right. You know, I mean, it's easy to mess up.
That's actually a good idea. Have people like put up there about going to construction sites and asking for concrete farms. Problem is that we don't have a whole lot of construction sites around here.
Well, believe it or not, that old hog pen is built out of concrete. That's all it's built out of. That old hog shell right there. See, it's full concrete for a side job. And that's what it's built out of, is the old 2x4s, 2x6s we use concrete forms. You know, I reused them, but then when I finally got the metal forms, you know, we used to build all children.
Mm-hmm.
It's an organic herbicide type thing. I know some people use it, but I don't know if it'll work on powdery mildew. Because powdery mildew is not exactly a bug; it's mildew. You know, it's like a fungus. A fungus.
If you wash it off really good, you think that would? Because I mean, usually if you catch something with mildew on it and you first catch it, you can wash it.
I don't know if it's that simple. Everybody I talked to said it. Oh yeah, pig. I believe that. There ain't no doubt. There's a lot of people throw away stuff that Brent, believe it or not, broke off studs are a common problem here, as well as studs run loose. We run into a lot of studs run loose. I talked to a couple of the guys that were doing the commercial produce, and they said it's a land problem, not a. Has something to do with where you planted the stuff. Makes a lot of difference.
Richard, you mean like
spraying milk on it? I think
spraying milk on it or dip it. Does it have to be saturated or just a little bit of milk?
Pigging it. We got a welding shop down the road here, a big welding shop, and he throws way more new steel than I buy a year.
But he does the volume that you don't.
Oh yeah, well, I was telling you wrong, Gordon. I was telling you knock it out. But you can't knock it straight out. Of course that's obvious. But you can screw it out. If you take a center punch, you can get in there, and I don't know how to explain it, but they got to be kind of loose to do that. If you broke them trying to take the wheel off, that probably ain't gonna be your best bet.
Hey Mason, how you doing, honey?
If you broke them putting the wheel on, just over torque them. I've seen something like that in a picture in a book, Travis, but I ain't never seen one in real life. I don't know how to explain to you what I'm trying to tell you, George, but you take that center punch and you got that little bitty hole, and you put it in that little bitty hole and walk it around. You'd be amazed how many boats we get out like that. Milk, water, and dawn. Squash plant still dies. I don't think we've ever had any trouble with it. We've had some trouble with white flies this year on the Brussels sprouts. They ain't doing nothing. I won't pull them up and get them to hogs. I ain't got too hot on them. And for some reason, my watermelons ain't doing good. I think they got frosted on them. I don't think they ever recovered completely from getting frosted. That's about the only two things we've had any trouble with. We're getting some ripe tomatoes this year.
Now I've got probably 50 pounds or more of tomatoes that are green that we're hoping will ripen and not get locked.
You broke them off putting the wheel on, Gordon. If you put them on putting the wheel on, you might can walk them out with a punch. That's a distinct possibility. Cause well, preacher, you get you something called Permamutt. It's an organic herbicide, pesticide that'll take care of the Japanese beetles and squash bugs. It won't do nothing. Yeah, I think it's broke off either even with the hub or.
Oh.
What happened?
Deacon's been trying to grow squash for 8 years and hasn't eaten one yet.
I wish you lived closer to us.
Yeah, because we got squash coming out.
We got 2 5-gallon bucketfuls of that. Permamutt, preacher. Permamutt. It's organic. It's made from chrysanthemums. It's got a pretty short life on it. You spray it at dark so you don't kill anybody's honeybees. And we still try to spray it on anything that's foul. That'll knock the squash bug in the head. Seven's pretty safe. You can pretty well drink 7 if you have to. It'll kill squash bug.
Okay. Happy Quack wanted, she almost forgot. She had a sow to get mastitis the day after delivering piglets last week. Any way to avoid mastitis in sows in the future?
There's no way to avoid it. You can treat it pretty easy with antibiotics.
If you can treat it with antibiotics.
Now, if it's real mastitis, pigs very, very rarely get real mastitis. As long as it didn't come, is her belly dragging the ground? If her belly's dragging the ground, it probably ain't real mastitis. It's a bacterial infection where nipples are in the dirt.
Can you hear him? Happy Quack? Is her belly dragging the ground? Because he said it could be just an infection.
It might look like mastitis, but not actually be mastitis. It may be a bacterial infection, but not actual mastitis.
Good night, Keto. Happy 4th of July. Okay. We treated her with antibiotics, and it was real mastitis. One booby was red and hard and flowed like mastitis in goats.
Okay, well, you got to milk that out the same way. But that's hard to do on a pig. They probably won't let you,
What called
that's rare.
I'm sorry.
That's real mastitis in a pig is rare. Very rare.
This pig said we're getting squashed and zucchini like crazy right now. So just hope that plants will recover.
And she had
power through.
And she had a go have mastitis lately. Anywhere that pig
Brett.
get around.
Said that seven dust.
Yeah, we use seven until we started using vermin. There's nothing wrong with seven.
He didn't say it was past her bedtime.
Just when we were certified organic, you couldn't use seven, so we started using perma. I got a 5 pound supply of it. It's actually a little better anyway. With an acre garden, that one jug of it I got of ass meat. Because you only put an ounce an acre a year. So ass meat forever.
Y'all hear him? Just picking it says neem oil seems to help the spread.
Well, there is
And
one
what I
thing
heard,
you
it's
can
really
do.
good preventative.
Well, there is one thing you can do that I know will work. If you've got a row of squash plants and one of them's got it on it, you can dig that one up and get rid of it, and that'll stop the spread coming. That'll stop the spread of it pretty good too.
Thank you. Here said happy 4th to y'all. Happy Pratt says she wouldn't feed them, so we had a friend to take and bottle feed her pig.
Oh, okay. Okay, that explains that.
She's had bad luck with her last litters.
Time to send her on that road.
And preacher wants to know where do you get it at? And I assume he's talking about you were talking about from up, right?
Yeah, it's restricted use because it'll kill fish. So you want to get your farm, but you're gonna get it from.
She said she's never had a goat with mastitis, but a friend did, and had to milk her goat out for her daily because she didn't know how. So we gave her antibiotics and drinks.
Yeah, that's what it is. The bacterial infection gets up in there. If you catch it, treat it, it's pretty. Pig, well, I don't know. We ever had one too. We ever got it was the exact same situation. She wouldn't take it, wouldn't let the pigs nurse. Did it with mastitis. I tell you how we treated it. It's cold. That's what we're doing. We put it on a trailer. They'll carry it themselves. That's how we treat it.
Brett said to pick off the bugs until they get too bad. Then sow something like 7. Most of the time, the plant is done when they get too bad to pick off.
Is that for the powder mildew or the squash bug?
Squash bugs.
Yeah, squash bug. Squash bug's pretty easy. You get them with that perma, they got to feed up in about 2 minutes. You spray it by the time you walk back through, they ain't there no more. What about stink bugs? Anybody had any trouble with stink bugs on the produce yet? Anybody in the South?
Gordon's going to bed. It's 4 a.m.
You're not. Tell Gordon to send me an email. I'll try to help him with that thing a bit much as he can.
Gordon, send him an email. He'll help you out with that as much as he can.
Send me some good pictures of it so I can really see what's going on and I'll tell him more about what to do. Front and back.
He said to stay safe from your friend in Ireland. She said she saw a pig that was shiny on day 2, and she's pink and black pig, so it was easy to see it. Oh no, there's blood running swollen hard.
That's my status. Why wouldn't they take the pigs? For some reason she wouldn't take the pigs. Just
With the mild. Squash bugs and stink bugs are the same.
what?
Are squash bugs and stink bugs the same?
No.
No.
The Asian stink bug looks just like our stink bugs. It's a different color. And there's a bunch of them.
They're having, just picking it's having a heck of a time with cucumber beetles. But we've got them under control. Beaver Creek's going to catch the news. Good night, Beaver Creek. Happy 4th of July.
If you got enough time, you can pick squash bugs off. But you got to have a bunch of time to do it. You know, I'd use some 7 on them.
I didn't, I guess I should have told Gordon Happy 4th of July too, because they have 4th of July, I just don't celebrate it. What about 4th of July?
Northern Ireland don't. They're still oppressed.
They still have a 4th day of July. Self-pollinate their corn.
We don't. Well, I mean, our corn self-pollinates itself.
Do we have long leaf-legged bugs?
I'm not sure, but
Gypsum weed?
we had some kind of bug this year on something I had never seen before. What? Just figure out. What are you talking about when you say self-pollinate corn? Hey, Jamie.
Thank you, J-Man. Happy 4th to you. Maybe they have their own bees.
Corn don't need bees. That stuff you did was getting all over the stuff with fishing corn.
Happy Quack says self-pollinate bees or by hand. Not sure if that's just, you said that corn don't need bees?
Right. Corn don't need bees. Corn don't need nothing. It pollinates itself. You plant corn, it goes.
Well, what about you plant? You have to have light plants nearby, or can you plant just one?
One hill of corn will pollinate itself.
Okay.
I'm not sure what they're. I'm not sure what they're saying.
Okay.
I'm missing something. The tassels of the corn fall down on the seed. That's what falls. That's why if you pull the silks off the corn, it won't make. Yeah, if you make a hybrid corn, you cut the tassel out. And you pollinate it with your different strain, and you put a bag over it just in case.
Okay, you need to put it in there. Explain to that. All right.
I'm guessing somewhere else already.
Happy Quack's getting gypsum weed on her arsenic
Yeah.
ground.
Did they find out they really have arsenic in the ground?
Well, I guess she said she did.
Me and her talked about that extensively.
Warren wants to know if that arsenic is natural or from smelter that was around.
But she's told me that before. I'm going to let her answer that much. I don't do it wrong.
Oh, we get wolf spiders out here all the time, Judy. They're mostly harmless. I've never heard of them biting anybody. They just kind of scare you to death. They get pretty good size. I've had them about the size of the palm of my hand before. But as long as they're not bigger than my shoe, I step on them.
Big as the palm of your hand.
With legs and all. Out there underneath the carport, yeah. He don't like them.
I don't like them, but I ain't never seen one big as palm of my hand.
I've seen them pretty good size.
That's
with legs and all. Legs and all. Their legs. All right. Here. All right.
I just had got like a move again.
Well, I'm trying to get you caught up.
Yeah, that's right. Earthquake in the 70s.
You break it in small places.
Picnic, we don't do anything. We don't do anything. The only time we have trouble with corn not filling out is stink bugs will bite it and make it not fill out. Because the top of the corn plant pollinates the. Now you can
We
plant it
don't
too
have
far
scorpions
apart.
that I know of. Not naturally, anyway.
Oh, I didn't know that happened quite.
Are you in that area that they ended up going back through and filming movies? And everybody got sick.
I never thought about that. That's possible.
That's what John Wayne down on the woods for. They're filming movie sites in the area they tested it for them.
That's what killed John Wayne.
Yeah. He swears that's where he got his from.
Preacher, they
But he
say
did.
we got scorpions here, wood scorpions. Find them under about bark on a dead tree.
Never seen
But I've been a logger, farmer, everything in the world. I ain't never found one. Worked at the sawmill and everything else. I ain't never found one. Looked them a few times. They say we got them, but we must not have them right here, right there, slid. Out of all. Little small ones in the. Judy, they swear we got them. They swear there's a wood scorpion, but I've never run into one. Never have seen one. Probably the same kind of preacher's got, but I ain't.
Yeah, John Wayne had property not far from him.
Well, I think he got the radiation poison filming in movies.
Yeah, that's what he claimed that's what he thought.
Just picking it. How far apart you plant your corn? You got to plant it way far apart. I'm curious about that now because I don't know nothing about it. I'll be honest with you, I ain't never. The only time I've ever seen anybody pollinate corn by hand was making hybrid.
That was from the water. That was from the water.
He said that scorpions are tiny things. I ain't never seen one here, Geeky. Never in my life.
I don't imagine they would tickle.
I just checked some mystery about on my knee right then. It hurt bad. But y'all talking about bugs. We had some kind of bug this year. We got something out in a movie, like an alien they never seen before. And the biggest problem we run into is these imported snake bugs, these Asian snake bugs that just nothing works against, Black dot make it a game.
Little ones they do glow, don't they? In black light.
We used to get over with centipedes or millipedes or whatever they are. Little ones, about that long, there'd be billions of them. Is that the shirt they give you?
Mm-hmm.
Slick feeling, ain't it?
They had two different kinds. They had t-shirts and they had these. All scorpions go into that. What you on that?
Why?
That's all they do.
No. Why'd you have it?
I don't know. Even black scorpions go into that. I didn't know that.
Geeky, we've only had them 2 years. They have. A friend of mine was telling me the other day they just destroyed his collards. They destroyed the entire corn crop this end of the state last year, sweet corn and field corn. They're in our tomatoes. And I mean, they're just, you can't take a shirt out of collars if they ain't one in the pocket. I mean, they hibernate by the millions around everything. And they're a new problem. We got enough old normal problems for why I haven't had new ones. And I'm not so sure that I didn't know they would get collars. I didn't know they would get into collars. And and they're attacking the millions. When they show up, it's like they pick the wheat. They pick the wheat. This place is all up, and all of that wheat fields come to your garden. I mean, this is a team, but we're gonna have to get off here anyway. And our alien bug, I think we done killed them, but they were something.
That's him and Jake's thing. They were messing with the bug. I didn't.
Messing with the bug.
The big bug that you were talking about, the alien bug.
Oh, they ain't that big. They ain't about that long. They're about the size of a squash bug, but they ain't squash bugs. The shape. Did y'all ever seen that movie, Starship Troopers? Oh, that's a stupid movie. But anybody see it? They look like the bugs in that movie. No joke. We got some weird visitors here too, Geeky. I think they're all native, but we got we got some that are different. We got one with a little flap on his neck. I ain't never
He's
seen
new. This is the first year I've ever seen him. We had one. We were on his carport the other day, and I know that our lizards have some chameleon in them because they kind of vary in color from bright green to a gray and all.
If we can find one, we'll send you a picture.
But this one, he had a flap under his neck. It looked like just a thin piece of extra skin, and it was bright red. And he'd make it the little thin piece.
I don't know what they are.
Grow like, and he'd fill it out, and then it'd go back, and he'd do it again, and he'd make a weird noise. And I'm like, that's got to be his mating call.
Well, have him call me, Happy Quack, because I don't know. We ain't got no parts to work on nothing with. The torches out of gas. The gas place was closed. I'm going to be bush hogging cow pastures, I reckon, all weekend.
I think he's got some on board.
See, you seen some. I don't know what they are. They new to me. They're different. Yeah, Gigi, I think Gigi's got all kinds of imports, reptiles.
No, this was a lizard.
That's what she did.
Oh.
We'd already figured that out, Happy Quack, but we didn't ever seen a girl show up. He's the only one we got.
Yeah, we had.
And they never had one before, so I don't know where he showed up from.
And they might just do that whole mating call in private, and he didn't realize there was nobody around. Maybe that's why we've never seen it before. Maybe.
This one's solid, like a green tree snake green, and the little flap is bright red.
And it blows up. It starts off really thin.
Oh like yeah, Judy, we got 6 different kinds right here in the couple.
And then when he does that noise, he'll blow up and he'll flop back and hit the noise.
He makes a noise.
You didn't notice his one? He did that on purpose.
Oh, we got plenty of them. Happy Quack. We ain't got no shortage of them. We got some of them that long. And when they get that big, they turn blue.
Yeah.
I mean, it can't hurt you, I don't reckon. They'll startle you. You move something that was a great big one up under.
That may be why we've got just one with a red flag. It's 1 male, 15 females. We got plenty of others.
I ain't never seen. I think the blue ones are males is great big. Well, I don't know. The females might get bigger than males. I'm not sure.
We got some pretty good sizes. We've got some that at least.
As long as a pack of nabs, right?
As long as a pack of nabs.
We got some bigger.
We got some bigger than that, honestly. But they're.
We got quick. Some tail and all probably getting close to 10, 12 inches long tail and all.
Yeah. The bigger ones are quick though. They know to stay out from around us. It's the little ones that you got to worry about because they'll run over.
And tree frogs. We got no tree frogs.
I'm not kidding. We got one tree frog that is this big. And yes, he's a tree frog because I see him stuck up on the side of the window.
He's a granddaddy tree frog.
And I've never seen one that big in my life. All the rest of them are about this big.
Well, we got a blue bloody bee in it then.
But this one is this big and bright, dark. He's about this color green. That color green.
But she saw her the other day. I've seen her like 9 million times. We're friends. Speak to her when I pass it. I don't know about that happy quack. We got bullfrogs.
Yeah, we got some good sized bullfrogs.
Nah, he ain't poison. He's just a tree frog. Just
Most
regular old-
poisonous frogs are like
But he's like
multicolored.
bullfrog green though. He's a darker green than the rest of them and a whole lot bigger. So I don't know if he's got a grandma frog.
He might be a new
Oh.
hybrid bullfrog and tree frog.
No, I don't think he's a new species. He just might just be the granddaddy of all of them. Yeah, our little tree frogs are bright green. But I don't
Olsen
think they're
tree
poisonous.
frog.
Yeah, that's the one. They got them and all. I don't know, Happy Quack. But we got bullfrogs.
I don't know if tadpoles are.
Geeky said he's got a light brush. So this is we got brown ones and green ones too, Geeky.
Yeah, we got a few different shades. We got kind of gray.
You ain't
color
got to
ones.
buy them, Happy
And
Quack, but we can catch some. We'll see them
Where
too.
you gonna catch them from? I don't know anywhere that we have
Bullfrogs.
tadpoles around here, except for when it floods down the garden, and it hasn't flooded down the garden so far.
I'll probably get some trade. Yeah, you know, I've seen a few of them. I've seen a few of them
Yeah.
too, Rachel.
There's a couple that live in the backyard, and I saw them both the other day at the same time. That's how I know there's more than one. Usually, you only see one in like a season.
California
saw
has
two
a
the same
bullfrog shortage. Well, I'll be honest with you, Happy Quack. It's illegal to catch them here. I'm going in. I ain't even looked it up. I'm sure that's a flying.
Peacocks eat the little bullfrogs.
Probably. Richard, don't tell me they can fly.
They're gonna feed the bullfrogs to the peacocks, or they're gonna raise.
We got
bullfrogs?
like you can't go frog, you can hear a flying calculator. Don't tell me they can fly, Richard. I ain't never seen a
No.
flying. We didn't know it was a thing.
No.
Don't tell me that. I've been scared of them things my
Calculus
whole
are
life.
called calculus for a reason. Even though I don't want to test that reason. And he said that he really didn't know if they actually did sting that bad, but they had to have got that name somehow.
Well, I asked around. I finally found somebody that said they've been stung. And they said it was dreadful.
Okay, well, then
Absolutely
we don't
dreadful.
play with the calculus. Don't
But
tell
I
me
had to
play.
ask everybody I knew to find somebody that was reliable to finally say, yeah, I stepped on one when I was 7 and it bit me. And I run around going out for 14 hours. It was hard.
Everybody I know always avoided them because they are gunshot. They look menacing if nothing else.
Well, you know your whole life, everybody tells you not to mess with calculus. And you step on that joker with hard sole boots on concrete and grind him in the ground and move your foot and he'll pop up and run off.
So,
You can't kill him.
oh, I've never tried to kill them. I've always avoided them.
I shot one with a 14 shotgun one time. Thank you.
You're so sweet.
Gunshot walls. We don't have those here either. I'm kind of happy about it.
That's what she said they are.
Really?
Yes, you knew they were a type of wasp. We always knew that they weren't an ant. That's what they're called, calculus.
I didn't know. I didn't know there was another name for them. Well, preacher, like I said, they males fly. Males fly, but don't sting. I've never seen a fly. Do they look just like the real
Don't tell me that, because I found out the other day that there's flying snakes too, and I'm not happy about that either.
What?
There's some kind of Asian snake that does like the flying squirrel.
She got to quit watching Facebook. Because I know that's where you got that at.
I'm so over Jumanji, y'all. Somebody needs to quit playing Jumanji. All these bad things in the world going on, and the flying snakes is just the top of the ice.
What?
Flying snakes. Can't do it.
You know, preacher, I ain't got a clue. I mean, I've seen them run around in the yard, see them in the edge of the fields, and mess my whole life. Everybody says, oh, that's a cow killer. You see, I've always wore shoes. I don't know. That's where you got that at. I swear to God, I ain't got a clue. I mean, I've seen them run around in the yard, see them in the edge of the fields, and mess my whole life. Everybody says, oh, that's a cow killer. You see, I've always wore shoes. So I ain't never really had to worry about it. Well, that was kind of what that guy said he got stung one. He stepped on one barefoot. Apparently, that's the only way they sting you. You just step on them barefoot. Because other than that, they tend to avoid you.
See, Kiki said I'm right. There's snakes that glide like flying squirrels.
In North Carolina.
No,
If they ain't North Carolina, it don't count.
But I don't want them to move like geeky snakes that are not native to his area. Well, we don't want any of those here because I can't deal with it. I'd never leave the house again.
You know, preacher, I ain't never had one chase me. I'll put you like that. You know, as much time as I spend laying on the ground working on stuff anywhere and everywhere, I ain't never had one get me.
I'm serious. If they got flying snakes here, I'd never leave the house again.
Everybody kind of finished talking amongst themselves. Right there to be.
Not in the U.S., but then we've got a lot of imports from further south.
Where are they from, Geek? Where do they have these flying snakes?
Thanks, Happy Quack.
What?
Yes, there are flying snakes and flat snakes and exotic snakes. Breeders do import them. No, 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 no.
Well, I can hit a dove like 60 miles an hour, my little 4-pin shotgun. That means I probably hit a snake gliding it, you know.
No, because you're gonna freak out going, they ain't supposed to be flying snakes.
I don't ever freak out. I'm gonna be honest with you. If the alien shit landed in the front yard tonight, it would surprise me the way you think everything is going.
Thanks, Happy Quiet.
If I woke up with
Make
me
it better.
Carpet,
just make it better. Snakes can jump 3 times their length.
My little shotgun shoot 40 times as me. They're shooting here to the road like Eddie said. They're slamming here to the road. How many people here did a snake bit?
You, more than one. Just picking it says the good thing about living in the north, we don't have to deal with nearly as much bugs, and especially nothing poisons. Good night, preacher. Preacher's going to bed, I guess.
Good night, preacher. We fixing to get off here anyway.
Why didn't you talk about it over there?
Because I didn't know what to word.
Well, what were you looking for?
How much longer are we gonna feed that goat?
You said 3 months. You said we had to bottle feed the goat 3 months.
Well, how old is that?
I don't even remember when we got it. When did we get the goat? Y'all remember? Because I don't. Geeky said there are no flying snakes in city and sleep well. Yes, thank you.
I guarantee you there ain't no flying snakes in our bedroom at the very least.
Sorry,
I know I'm getting for Christmas now. Imported flying snake.
if you're getting me an imported flying snake, I'll be giving you a divorce. Okay. That's what we're going to exchange for Christmas this year. Y'all heard that right. No flying snakes.
I tried him loose in the yard. He won't ever be able to get another one.
He's going to be holding me prisoner with a snake guard. Y'all hear that?
You know, all I do is get a picture of one, get somebody to Photoshop it in like I'm holding under the carport. And I tell you, I tried to loose in the yard. I ain't really got to.
Happy Quite still about them divorce shows.
Divorce show.
Apparently, it's cheaper than lawyers.
No, better ride you had Quack. I couldn't run her off with a stick.
All right. Warren says just thinking if they can move it to the south, but that is not so sure. The goat is a sweetheart. The goat's spoiled rotten. You want to know how I get? We've got what we're taking we put him out, let him graze. I get him back in the pen at night. I take his bottle and lead him back to the pen. He follows the bottle, and I put the bottle inside the pen. He'll go back in the pen. I'll shut the gate real quick, and I'll feed him through the pen. He said, "No, he's not going back in the pen. He's coming in the house. He thinks he's going in the house. He's too big now. He's very spoiled."
You got to find the girlfriend.
Yeah,
And a good pen.
yeah, both of those things are expensive. Okay. Go on green alfalfa or Bermuda at 8 weeks if it's a desired issue. Well, yeah, we need to do alfalfa or Bermuda.
He won't eat hay.
He won't eat hay.
He won't eat hay.
But if it's green alfalfa,
That's
might.
Bermuda hay you've been feeding him. He won't eat it.
He won't eat. You know, I gave him a handful the other day. Well, maybe a large handful.
He lay down on it.
He looked at me like, "What am I supposed to do with this?" I'm like, "Eat it."
Now, it's
You know
green.
what he did? He laid down on it and took a nap.
You do know that while he's walking around and eating out there, that tall grass is Bermuda, right?
Well, he only eats the top of it, like the part that's got the seeds.
His legs are not the top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Bermuda.
Oh,
But he'll still, if you don't feed him the 12 weeks, he'll still be feeding. You can
well,
wean
he's
him
a
at
full-size goat, so it probably wouldn't kill him to be little. So he's going to be big, big, big. He's going to be really big. You know that, right?
He's going to be strong, too.
Yeah.
You're going to go draft goat out of it.
Yeah.
And pull it a wagon.
Today he has eaten so much that his belly was like just
That's good.
make a big deal. He's been mowing our grass for us.
We had him tied to a brick, right?
Brick won't strong enough.
Yeah. He's got
He was dragging that brick everywhere. So now he's doing cinder block. And he's still dragging it everywhere. Not so bad though. At least I know where he's at.
Bear in mind, make sure they know that goat is this big.
He's still baby. I honestly, he
He's
might
gonna be
be
a
what,
strong goat.
5 weeks old, 6 weeks old.
I don't know how old was he. I don't know how old he was when we got him. He's gonna be a
He
strong
was
goat.
he was less than a week old when we got him. I think.
I'll give you a little push plow, modify it.
Yeah. Chris is gonna put the goat on the sorry, I've missed out on all the comments. Geeky says that's why he stays out of the Everglades. Heard the rumors of the cobras. Yeah, we've seen films of the cobras in the
You can do
Everglades.
an online taste test.
Online taste test of what is this thing?
The cake I bought especially for you because I love it.
Chris bought me a banana pudding cream pie. It was so sweet of him.
Get your boy comment.
All right.
Don't be rude.
Okay, she said fresh green. All right. You always want a bottle baby buck goat. They are the best. He's going to be worth good money, folks. Fresh green hay and cut back his bottle to once a day and he'll eat it.
We got him grazing.
Upset.
Yeah, we got him grazing.
He gets 3 bottles a day and grazes.
Which is more we've ever been a goat.
Oh, because he cries if you don't give him his bottle when he's supposed to. Bottle baby goats are the best. Ours are friendliest. That's just picking it. They've got baby bottle goats too.
Oh yeah, we
Cut his bottle back to once a day and he'll eat it even at 3 weeks. No, I can't stand him crying all night.
We probably bottle fed 5,000. I used to bottle feed 200 or 300 of them a year.
Happy 4th, Judy, you
Oh.
too. Don't try it.
Yeah, that's right, y'all. We just might have made him cry, but I want him to get as big as he'll get. So we want him eating and getting milk.
No, hard.
It ain't gonna be fun when we go to Winnie's. We made a pure pet out of it.
They won't cry. They cry.
I don't think we've had him 3 months. I don't think. We've lost track of it, to be honest.
I completely forgot.
I don't think it's been 3 months. It's probably been 6 weeks or 2 months. It's probably been 6 weeks.
Actually,
I don't know. We have to go back and look.
I went back to work that day. It was the first day back.
Yeah, we ain't gonna bottle feed him 2 years. 3 months, we're gonna set him off.
No, he's not going to be like one of those, just walking around with ball and knock it to you a little bit. Still.
They might picnic because we got brown ones and green ones, and you don't see them together. You see brown ones, there's brown ones on the front of the house and green ones on the carport. That may be true.
Aww.
We ain't never seen none of them here either. That's why I got them. And she likes weird stuff. I would never mess like that.
What?
I've never seen these. These come in apple, chocolate, cherry.
Cherry, my favorite.
Sometimes if you're real lucky, you find a lemon one, but I've never seen
A banana pudding.
a banana pudding one. They're about $3 a piece. You better eat it and enjoy it.
And they were $3 a piece.
They're tasty cakes. They're more than the other ones. They ain't one cheaper.
I'm not saying anything about how it tastes, but I'm like, okay.
They want the two for $1. But picnic, we used to feed feed nannies for 3 months. We feed Billy's for 2 months.
This picnic is.
But honestly, the Billies we were bottle feeding were always meat goats, and we were bottle feeding because we had to, but not because we wanted to. And we tried to have them sold by then.
They
Feed them for 8
change
weeks and
colors
send them
based
on
on their
down.
environment.
What?
He wants to know tree frogs.
I don't know. I don't know, but that could be true. I bet Geeky knows. Well, I wish I could go help you rescue the pig. I think you got, especially that chocolate. We always fed the does 3 months because we were scared about stunting. Because most times does are going back in the herd. Because bottle fed nannies are the best thing in the world. They were always our abilities, so we couldn't use them.
We don't know what pig he is. We just know he's big.
We think he's going to be a big
compared to Trevor's little goats. He's a big goat.
I think he's a Nubian something cross, but I'm guessing. I'm guessing. And he really ain't big enough now to tell. I'm guessing by where I think he might have come from.
1 pie, 3 flavors. How do you do 1 pie, 3 flavors?
I don't know, but I'm going to find out. I'm going to taste it.
Off those rolls?
Sure. I can hold by. He can hold by. Oh, that was all correct.
Oh, a banana cream pie.
I ain't never eat a banana cream pie.
I don't think I have either.
Coconut cream pie. I probably had one here.
My all-time favorite, is a custard. No coconut custard. All you ever find is coconut custard.
I knew that. No nobody else would you like.
I like custard pie. Just a little custard pie. And the only place I can find them is KW.
Because they're the cheaper to make.
Well, I don't want coconut in it.
I'll tell you something kind of off subject. But my whole life I ain't never eaten a coconut that come out of the bag. Anybody made a coconut cake or something. And I did not care nothing at all for coconut. Then I went somewhere one day and watched folks take a coconut and bust it open with a hatchet and grind up the coconut fresh and put it on something. And you talk about a difference. I'm going to think the big difference between dry coconut and fresh coconut. I mean, just night and day.
Did you try the milk, coconut milk?
No.
Good. You've never tried coconut milk. I did a taste test with my kids when I was teaching preschool, so they could try different, mainly just fruits from different parts of the world. And we tried a fresh coconut, busted it open, and got the coconut milk from it. I thought, it's so bitter. But I mean, if you ain't got nothing better, or if you like that kind of
Are you
thing,
sure the coconut was right?
honestly, I don't know what happened, but that was the worst stuff in the world. It was horrible.
Why do we have catfish soup?
Because I wanted catfish soup.
That's for you.
Uh-huh. You don't have to be an adult all the time.
I do. I don't get the privilege of not being wrong.
Right. You who likes Cookie Crisp.
You don't ever buy it.
Because Jake wasted it last time. You were leaving it for Jake. Jake was leaving it for you. I don't know what y'all were doing, but the last part of it you eat.
Probably won't do good.
You could be.
It's a crying shame all these biscuits we got. We're very good at them.
We got sausages sticking on to
That be very good on it.
You didn't get it with JP, did you? Our friend has these huge blueberry trees. He's got so many that they're probably bigger than this whole house put together. And he said they were going to be ripe this week. And I was going to pick blueberries, but I haven't been able to get it with him. We're not picking it. Sorry. Happy American Day. We're not just picking it. Mm-hmm.
Any comments?
I've been trying to pick it. Warren's not a fan of dry coconut either. He doesn't pick it. Happy flat toast to chop up bananas, with graham cracker crust, and then tie a bottom with vanilla sauces, and pour banana cream jelly. I would use vanilla and let the bananas have their own, because the artificial banana taste kind of overwhelms the real bananas.
It's already gone.
And then homemade. But the vanilla pudding is just my preference.
Y'all really have cobras down there? I know you got the anacondas and pythons and everything. They seen the king. See what I saw something on TV.
Yeah.
They found the king cobra down.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a little scary.
Mm-hmm.
A 20-foot long poison snake
Mm-hmm.
with enough venom to kill elephants. Multiple elephants.
Boston cream pies, 2 layers of yellow cake with vanilla pudding in milk and chocolate frosting on top. And make 4 a day and eat 2 a day.
Huh? You ain't never seen me eat pie.
Yeah.
Well, look, y'all, we got to get up early in the morning and get to work. So we're going to let everybody kind of finish talking amongst themselves and say goodnight to everybody. I appreciate y'all coming, and we really have enjoyed it.
Confirmed 5 different types of cobras that have their home in everybody. Haven't seen proof yet of the cobras, but there are plenty of rumors. Ain't gonna test the theory. Good night, y'all. Happy 4th of July. Call Jimmy on Sunday.
I will. Alex doesn't have birthday.
Oh, and before we get off here completely, should have done this at the beginning. We've got 2 different families going through some crisis right now, so put them on your prayer list if you would. You've got your cousin is having a box on Monday, and then you've got whatever's going on with your other cousin that
Preachers are all.
we're not real sure what's going on with them yet, but they told us that they'll tell us sometime next week. So I guess they're waiting for what I'm not sure, but I know we know it's health wise, something health related. I really should have said this earlier. Thank you. Good night, y'all. We'll hop off. I have a great 4th of July. Thank you. They go off pretty good. All right. Well, we're out.